And we are back. And in this video, we are going to focus on the snare. All right, let's get it started. Okay, so what I like to do is clean up the low end on the snare, usually about 100. There's not much information coming from the snare below 100, so I usually just get rid of it. Let's activate this as well. Not much really happens with the snare above there. I may go lower a little bit later, but we'll see. All right, now at this point, I'm going to deal with this thing, right? At about here, mid-range, I usually take out as well. The information that's not necessary, in my opinion, right? And this doesn't sound bad at all, but I'm going to move this down, right? Because you want to get rid of the boxiness that happens around this particular frequency, right? And as you can see here, with this particular microphone on this particular snare, you're getting a lot of the energy here in this low mid region. So that's where the majority of the information is, so we'll focus on that. So we're going to activate this, and we're going to widen it just a little bit. And as you can hear in doing that, the fatness of the snare was brought out, which is what you really want. You want to get the fatness of the snare, the deepness of the snare to stand out, because that's the meat and bones of this particular drum instrument. So you really want to aim for this area around here, right? Somewhere in this area, circling close to 200. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, depending on the mic position, the actual tone of the snare itself. Those all play an important part, but usually I find that area is where I personally, for my taste, I get what I want from the snare. And we're gonna focus on the clarity, right? So when I first started my sound engineering journey, 2.5K as well for this instrument, just like the kick, was one of those magic sweet spot numbers that I used to hear from a lot of old school engineers, right? But as different mics have come out over the years, you start to find different frequencies can produce different sounds. So what I like to do, I like to go to 4K and sort of widen the cue just a little bit. because I love how that sound. It's very snappy. It's very clicky. You sort of get a little bit of the snares in there, even though I'm pretty sure this mic was pointed at the top of the drum. But you're getting the high end, you're getting some clarity, and also the fullness of this snare, right? The fatness of the snare, which is what you really want in a snare, right? So I'm gonna let that play out for a little bit, just so you guys can really get. And I'm gonna turn the kick down just for a little bit, so you can hear what the snare actually sounds like. And that is my approach to EQing the snare drum. Not only in, using a DAW such as this, but also in live sound. It's sort of my approach. It's my starting point. It's not set in stone. None of the way I EQ is set in stone, because if it was, then I would be a bad engineer. So, as I said before, your ears is your most important tool. Use them, use them, use them. Take care of them. Go to the audiologist. Make sure they are in great shape. You need them. This is what makes money in your particular field. If you are listening and you are a sound engineer for live reinforcement, or if you are an audio engineer for, recording and producing, your ears are important. Just as important, if not more important, than the tools that you're using, like your laptop and your reference monitors, or your line array system, or your monitors on stage, or even your in-ear headphones. Your ears are truly the most important tool. Please take care of them. Yeah, matter of fact, after you watch this video, go find your nearest audiologist, make an appointment, get them bad boys checked out. They can tell you what frequencies your ears are hearing clearly and what it's not hearing clearly. And then that way you know how good of a shape your ears are in. But yeah, didn't mean to go on that rant about ears, but they really are important. But as I was saying earlier, this is my approach to EQing a snare. It has helped me over the years, and over the years I have learned from other engineers, and I've gotten to this point from every engineer that I have listened to, and I've put everything they have taught me into practice, and I use what worked, and what didn't work for me, I put it to the side. Maybe it'll come in handy later on down the line at some point, but I never throw away the information. I just table it, shelf it, whatever you want to call it. And this is what works for me right now. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.